All right. Once again, I welcome you. I take this time to welcome all of you in our class. Welcome and feel free, all my students. Once again, your teacher here, Teacher John. I want to continue from where we left. We were looking on how to answer question on the MTB. And remember, I had said that question on the table will always revolve around three areas. The area number one is when we are given a question like the one you are seeing. There is, let me just put cars that everybody will identify with. There is a green car and there is a white car. If you are told to take the green car behind the white car, then we say that you have to go around the parking. The reason why you are doing that, because the green car where it is, it's on the first lane, and the way it is, you can't change the lane. It has two options, remember, straight and left. So lane one, you are going to go around the parking. The reason why you are going to go around the parking, we say that you are finding a way on how you are going to find yourself where there are dotted lines, because that's where you can change the lanes, and this is the place you can be able to change the lanes at this place here. So therefore, I'm going to go around the parking like this. Lane one has got those options. You can either go straight or turn left, and then there you go. You turn and then come here. Where are you now? You are at a place where you can be able to change the lane. So now change the lane, because there you are at the dotted lines. Where dotted lines are, you can change lane and overtake. So I've changed the lane to lane 4. So on the fourth lane, I have 4 options. So when I want to go straight or go behind the white car, lane 4 has got that option. So how do I do it? Lane 4, when you're going straight, you go around the roundabout, and then there you go, you answer the question. All right, thank you very much. Now, that was the first area where we looked at that there are many questions on the table where you need to go around the parking. As long as you know the option, just find out, ask yourself, if you're going behind the car, you've been told, go behind the green car to go behind the white car. It's very simple. Just ask yourself, how can you go behind the white car? So for you to be able to go behind the white car, just locate the lane that has got an option to where the white car is, and then find your way to that lane. So the easiest one, if I want to go behind the white car is here on Minor Road on the second lane, and the green car is on the first lane. So again, we are going to go around the parking. The reason why we are going around the parking, remember, it said that you have to find yourself where you can be able to change the lane. So you go around the parking. So many questions you'll be going. Most of the time, if you are given a question here, go around the parking and then come back here. Then when you find yourself here, you'll be able to change the lane to any lane that you want. Change the lane. So in this case, we have to use the third lane, and then you go with the third lane. Lane number 3 has got 2 options, straight and right. So you go with the third lane. You've answered the question. So there are so many questions that will be going around the parking. And the second area we looked at is we said that since the options here are the same as the options on this side, so the same way you'll be asked questions on this side, be ready to answer questions on this side also. So if the car is on the first lane, I say that the lines here that joins you to the roundabout, they are always continuous. So most of the time, the car is placed there, and then you are told to go behind a certain car. So here, it said that you go straight, lane 1, straight. Then when you, the moment you pass these lines here, these are continuous all the time. Always, the lines that are exiting from the roundabout, those that are joining the roundabout, are always continuous. So the moment you pass those lanes, change the lane. I'd explain why you need to change the lane, then join the immediate lane, then you change the lane to the third lane because that's lane number 3 that has got that option to where you want to go. Then you answer the question. So there are so many, again, anytime you're answering a question on this side here, most of the time you'll be making a U-turn on this side. Make a U-turn here, then there you go to that lane because that's the lane that has got an option to where you want to go. So you've answered the question. So far, those were the 2 areas where we had looked at when it comes to answering questions. Say that here, where you go around, you go and then make a U-turn here. And then if it's at this point here, you'll be going around the parking. So which is this third area I want to talk about? The third area is this one. And before we talk about that area, at any given time you find yourself here, I had also said, make sure you change the lane to lane 1, depending to where you want to go, because the option will still apply at a junction. So if you find yourself here, these are dotted lines. Lane 1, straight and left. Lane 2, straight only. Lane 3, straight, and lane 3, right. So most of the time, if you ever find yourself here and you wanted to turn left, please change the lane to lane 1 before you proceed. If you find yourself on the third lane and you wanted to change the lane, you want to turn left, that is, change the lane to lane 1. Most of the time, that's how you'll be going. You'll be doing it. So remember to change the lane to lane 1 before you turn left. There comes a times where you find yourself on this side and maybe perhaps you are going behind the green car. So it is obvious that you are going to use this lane to go behind the green car. So the mistake you can make here is to do this way. If you happen to come like this and join lane 1 straight direct like that and answer the question, it will be wrong. Very wrong. So what's the correct way then? The correct way is at any given time you happen to join a junction, remember to join the immediate lane from where you're coming from. Join the immediate lane from where you're coming from. Join the immediate lane from where you are coming from. Then change the lane, then proceed. Change the lane, then proceed. Change the lane, then proceed. Whenever you're entering a junction, this is what I'm saying, join the immediate lane and then change the lane, then proceed. When you are changing the lane, change the lane where there is marked dotted line to lane 1. Why lane 1? Because lane 1 has got an option to behind to take you to where the green car is. If you happen that you are coming from this side and you enter in this junction, then the immediate lane will be this one. Now, I want now to explain this one where I left in the previous class. This is where now all things lies. The red car to go behind the green car. The first thing you do to answer such a question, number 1, ask yourself the green car. For you to be able to answer the questions on the MTB correctly, don't just attempt answering questions. First of all, ask yourself this question. For me to be able to go behind that green car, where should I be coming from? Or what are the possible lanes that can take me behind the green car? Or where do you think the green car might be coming from? If you get the lane that the green car is coming from, then you'll be able to answer this question correctly. So in this case, green car is on the first lane, on a minor road, so definitely it might have come from here, or it might have come from lane 1, the other side. It has 2 options, straight and left. Here also straight and left. So I have 2 lanes. So that means if I'm going to answer this question correctly, then it means I either use this lane here or I use this lane here. That will help me to be able to know if I'm getting this question correctly. Again, it helps me to know that those are the only lane to be used. If you're going to use any other lane apart from those two, then it's wrong. Then now come to your car, the red car. It's on the first lane. How many options do you have? 2. Where will lane 1 go? Straight and left. Lane 1 can be able to go straight ahead and left. So it doesn't have an option to where the green car is. Now again, compare. Ask yourself, between these 2 lanes that you found, this one and the other one there, which one can you easily access? You find that there's no way the red car can be able to come to this lane. So rule this one out. So you are left with the other one. So that means that's the only lane that you need to use to come behind this car. Now, if you will understand this one, you'll be able to answer so many questions. If you get this one, you'll be able to answer so many questions. Now, if at any given time you want to come to these lanes here on minor road to answer any question, you've been asked a question and to analyze the question, and if you notice that for you to be able to go behind that car you've been given, you need to come here so that you can be able to answer the question. Then it's very simple. If you want to come here, get this one. You can not be able to come here unless you pass here. You see this road here? It's a major road where there is a U-turn, where we'll be making a U-turn. So this is the road that will enable you to go there. And that's how we answer this question. Don't ever think of making a U-turn from here to here. We don't have that option. At any given time you will try to do something like this, just know that you fail. We don't have such option. Don't ever do what? Think of doing this. In fact, lane 3 has 2 options at a junction, straight and right, and you're not allowed to make a U-turn at a junction. So at any given time you want to use any of this lane, then you must pass here. Please get that. Get that. It doesn't matter where the car has been placed, as long as you want to come here. You want to go there to answer the question you've been given. You want to go to that minor road. It will be answering so many questions. You need to come here. You have to pass here. You have to pass here. You have to do what? Let me focus it properly. You want to go behind the green car? See where it is? Where are you going to come from? The other side, lane 1. So you must pass where? You must pass here. You must pass here. Now, let's see how to go about it. Number 1, I'm going to bring the red car on this road. So how do you go about it? Take hold of the red car, go around the parking, come here, then join the 4th lane. Join the 4th lane. Why the 4th lane? Because lane 4 has got so many options, and it has an option that come here on this road. So proceed to lane 4. There you go. Then come here. So finally, you are on that road. So I know you are keen. Want to see how will happen. Make a U-turn here. Change the lane. And then proceed from here. There's a 2-way traffic here. Make sure the yellow line is always on your right side. Make sure the yellow line is always on your right side. Make sure the yellow line is always on your right side. What did I say? You're joining a junction, entering a junction, please join the immediate lane, then change the lane. Then there you go. It's very simple like that. These things are not complicated. They are not complicated. So what am I saying? I've answered the question. I got it. So at any given time, you want to answer such a question, find out where the car came from, which are the lane, which is this lane that you intend to use. You want to go there. the other side, you must pass here. So find a way of getting here. So the only way, go around the parking and then come here, then change the lane, then there you go, then proceed, make a U-turn, then there you go. Keep left, join the immediate lane, change the lane, then there you go. I've answered the question. It's just simple, my good people. Once again, my name is Teacher John. This is another class. Remember, I said that I'm going to uploading all these things. Everything that you need that concerns driving, I will be uploading. I'll be bringing all these things to you. And everything. I'm going to teach you how to drive the vehicle. I'm going to teach you all the highway signs. I'm going to teach you all the things. Again, I said you've become my students. Wonderful. I want to make you become professional when it comes to the MTB. You won't fail. I promise that you cannot fail. Please go down there, comment, say something, encourage me to continue. Subscribe, please subscribe so that we get those notifications, and as continue uploading, you'll be notified. Refer somebody, tell somebody that this is where things are. I say again, once again, if you want to get in touch with me, you want to talk to me, you want to call me, ask any question. Correct me where you think that you want to correct me, where I don't see, because I do tell my students that I am #1 teacher. Yes, I am #1 teacher in driving. I teach people with a passion. I teach people with love, and they pass this thing. So let me just again put another question. Now look at the red car. Let me remove this one. Look at the red car. The red car is obvious, the one that's going behind the green car. The red car is going behind the green car. The red car is the one going behind the green car. Look at it. Look at it. The red car is going where? Behind the green car. Now let us analyze this question. The first thing, what did I say? Before you answer the question, ask yourself a few questions. Where did the green car came from? What are the possible lanes that can be able to take me behind the green car? Find the lane that you will use to go behind the green. Don't just answer a question. Don't just rush. So in this case, green car is on the 3rd lane. Which are the options that will take me there? Which are this lane that I need to use? This one? This lane 3 here, it has an option. It can come like this to here. That's lane #1. Is there any other lane? It's very important to find all the lanes, because sometimes, as I said, the rules, we talked about the rules, you need to follow the rules. Always use the shortest and the most correct route without using the parking. That's rule #1. #2, always use the longest and the most correct route without using the parking. #3, use the parking as the last option. So the reason, or the essence, or the importance of analyzing the question to find all the possible lanes is that sometimes you may find one lane and start rushing to answer the question and end up using the longest, and yet there was the shorter route. So that's why you need to analyze the question. Is there any other lane before I start answering the question, because I find another lane? If I want to come behind this car, then I need to follow all my videos. You find that there is a teaching that I've explained the option of minor road. Minor road. There are 5 options here. Among the 5 options, there's an option that will come here. Among the 5 options. Or can I just, let's just see. It's good that we may understand. It's not just a matter of rushing and we are not understanding these things. It's good to understand. So lane number 3 minor road has got 5 options. Among the 5 options, remember we said that the first 2 will go straight. The first 2 is straight. Straight and right. The first 2 will use the third lane, The third lane, straight and right on the third lane, like that. And then the remaining 3 will use the fourth lane. Fourth lane, 90, 180, there you go. And then 0, 90 plus 90. The first one made a turn of, this one has made a turn of 90 degrees, and then the blue one is going to make a turn of 180. I think I had made a wrong statement. So this one, it is 90 degrees, 0 is here, 90, then there you go. And then the blue one, 0, 90 plus 90, add 90 on the previous. And then the last one, 270 degrees. Remember I had explained why here we only have 270 degrees, we don't have 360. So if you've seen for yourself that there's an option from there to where the green car is. Now let's now see how to answer the question, because we found all the lanes that can be used to answer the question. I have 2 lanes. Either I can use this lane here, I'll be still correct, or use this one. Now come to my car, the red car. Among those 2 lanes now that I have found, which of this lane can I easily access? There is no way this car is going to access this lane, so rule that one out. Then after ruling that one out, then it means if this question is answerable, then there's only one lane, and that's the lane. Lane 3, the other side, that has got 5 options. So how am I going to go there? Remember I said at any given time you want to come here, you must pass here. Please don't forget that. Please don't forget. You need to connect this road. This is the road I will connect you, take you the other side. So go to your car, because it's the car you need to move. Lane 2 has got 1 option. You go straight, exit with lane 2. When you get here, change the lane to lane 1, and then there you go. Join the immediate lane. There you come. Proceed like that. Don't think of changing the lanes here, because those are continuous lines. You go where you are going. There we go. There we go. Keep left. Join the immediate lane. There, we've reached. That's how we answer this question. When you get there, proceed with lane 3, the second option, and there you answer the question. That's how we answer the question. So question MTB on the table will revolve around 3 areas. Area number 1, just in summary, is where you need to go around the parking, and then come here and change the lane. Locate any lane here that will be you want to use to answer the question according to the way you've analyzed the question. Area number 2, if you are asked a question from this side, please make sure you've made a U-turn here from the other side. So you proceed like that, change the lane as early as possible, make a U-turn, locate any lane that can take you to where you've been told to go. So those are 2 areas. The third area, I've said, make sure if you understand this one, you'll be able to answer so many questions on the table. If the white car is coming behind the green car, then you need to come here. If you know how to get here, please, my student, if you ever know how to get here, you'll be able to answer so many questions. Here. I said, what if you want to come here? You must pass here. You must pass here. This is the road that will take you there. So those were the 3 areas as far as the questions are concerned. You go around, then make a U-turn there, proceed make sure you're enjoying answering this question. Then there you go. You answer the question. There's so many questions on the table, but that's how we go about it. I don't know if you have a question. I wish you would be around here asking questions, but I know through the same, I'm answering a few questions, number of questions. Again, I said, feel free. Comment down there, ask any question, and we continue to help one another. Again, I say you become my student. I can freely give you my number. Whenever you call that number, you reach me. +2 54 7 46 48 86 33. My name is Teacher Joe. Today this place is quiet. Don't worry. Looks like it's getting dark. Now, after we've understood those 3 areas that involve answering a question, then there are also again other 2 more things that I will add on it, and then we'll continue. So I'd said, if you want to come here, if you want to go behind the white car, you go around the parking like this, then you come like this to the 4th lane, then you proceed during the 4th lane, there you go, boom, 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 boom. There you go. Somebody saying, John, today you're not singing any song. I said I'm also, I do compose songs. Visit my other YouTube channel. Search for somebody called Brother John Sitati. You'll find me there. Again, as I said, support me by subscribing. Now, this is how we've answered that question. But there comes a times where you find questions like this one. If I ever put something on top of this traffic island, it means I've crossed the innermost lane within the roundabout is crossed. Don't think of using it. Don't use this lane 4. Okay? What have I said? Lane 4, the innermost lane, is crossed. So you answer the question the way you answer it, but make sure you do not use the 4th lane within the roundabout. Don't use lane 4 within the roundabout. So how do we answer such a question? Because again what? I need to go behind the white car and I have to come there. So for me to be able to come here, I need to pass here. And for me to be able to get here, I need to use lane 4. And then from lane 4, we've been using the roundabout, the innermost lane, and proceeded like that. So at this time, you're not going to use the 4th lane because it's closed. That's the time to make a U-turn here. Can you see there's a U-turn? This is called a U-turn, and this is the exit. So when we make a U-turn here, because in either way, for you to be able to go the other side, you must pass here. So when the roundabout's closed, please come and make a U-turn here. Come and make a U-turn here. Come and make a U-turn here. If you find the roundabout, at any given time, you see this one. If they put a car here on the roundabout, facing upward, down, upside, is it upside or upward, down? I don't know. Facing up. It means the roundabout, the innermost lane is closed. Don't use it. So at that moment, you will make a U-turn. That's the time to use the U-turn. That's when to use the U-turn here. Only use the U-turn when the roundabout is closed. Okay? Good people. Yeah. This is how to answer this question. This is how to answer this question. This is how to answer this question. This is how to go about it. This is how to go about it. There you go. There you go. Answer the question. Don't stop within the roundabout. Okay. Is there another time you're allowed to make a U-turn here? Maybe somebody's asking. Yes. When do we make a U-turn here? Number one, when the roundabout's closed. Number two, if we cross here. Anytime you ask that question, you see there's a car facing upward, then that means you've blocked the road. Don't pass there. So you can pass this side here, but beyond that lane, no. So you find that if I want to go the other side again, I've been using lane 4. The roundabout is not closed, but I can't access, because if I need to access the innermost lane, I need to join it from the 4th lane. The 4th lane is blocked at this point. So still make a U-turn here. Okay? Yes. There comes a time also, there are so many questions on the table. If you ever see this one again, I can access. People are crossing this side here, and I'm here teaching. All right. I can access the 4th lane, but I need to exit with the 4th lane. So it can't work. I need to exit with, don't ever exit with another lane. The lane that you find yourself on the 4th lane is the lane you need to exit with. If you found yourself on the 4th lane, you need to exit with the 4th lane. Now the 4th lane, where to exit from, it's blocked. So what do? Anytime you see that, make a U-turn here. So in short, I'm saying, when we make a U-turn here, my good people, when do we make a U-turn here? We make a U-turn here when this one is closed, or this one, or this one. I've said what? At any given time, you happen to see any of these 3. In fact, I do tell my students, anytime you see any of those 3 things, they have helped you to answer the question. However complicated the question is, just know that you'll have purpose to make a U-turn here. If you haven't made a U-turn here, then you fail the question. If at any given time you will happen to see any of these 3 things, make sure this one, and this one, you make a U-turn here. Then proceed, because either way, for you to be able to get here, you must pass here. So for you to pass here, either you are using the roundabout innermost lane or a U-turn. Then again, proceed. There you go. Keep left. 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 Keep left.